You know, we talked already about the idea of tolerance, and I'm actually not here to be tolerant.
Today, I'd like to talk to you about one of the more controversial Jordan Peterson moments. Our topic is Christianity and Islam, getting into some serious discussions as it regards both. And just a friendly note to all those watching, I do love and respect whatever religion that you choose to follow in your life. I'm very familiar with the Christian perspective, and I will also be getting notes from my good friend and editor Akib, say hello Akib, who is a Muslim, meaning a follower of Islam, to keep things factual. We can all agree that religion has been extremely beneficial to our history as a people, and we will have an open dialogue to try to unite as one people.
What I was going to say is that, it didn't land well with a lot of the Muslim community.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why is that it was seen as condescending, it was seen as kind of patronizing. What was your intention with this video exactly?
To start a dialogue stupidly and badly.
Right here's when the interviewer gets down to one of the points that he had contention with, which was Jordan Peterson's message to the Muslim community. Now, with all due respect to this interviewer, he was not prepared for the tornado that is Jordan Peterson. This is where Peterson answers himself with an immense amount of humility as to how some of his points may have come off poorly. Jordan Peterson understands to move along the dialogue of a certain thing means to come out and boldly and blatantly talk about it, even if you sound stupid. Having these kinds of discussions led him to this conversation that Jordan is directly posting on his channel. We all know this is a man who will stand by all of his beliefs, even when it's not popular.
You know, we talked already about the idea of tolerance, and I'm actually not here to be tolerant. Because tolerance sort of presumes that I know what I'm doing and you guys don't, but I'll put up with you anyways. And see, I don't actually think I know what I'm doing exactly. And so I think, well, you might have something to teach me. And so it's not so much tolerance as, I would say, hopefully something approximating an expression of reasonable humility. The message was preposterous in some sense, although not much more so than the message I made to Christians, which I wouldn't say was exactly flattering.
Now, to be fair, we do see here Jordan mentions his video to Christians coming up, where he also levies some criticisms. So keep in mind during this video, he's not only ever critical of Muslims, but what Jordan seems to believe is that Muslims are intolerant. I would say that if some Muslims are intolerant, those are not the Islamic teachings at all. For example, the Quran clearly says that freedom of religion is a God-given right. Quran 2:256.
I don't like conflict at all. But the reason I would say I'm prone to engage in it is because sometimes what's under the carpet needs to be revealed, because it's going to cause a lot of trouble if it just sits there and brews or broods and multiplies.
Jordan is being honest when he says that he is extremely uncomfortable with conflict, and it's apparent that Jordan has taken the fall for a lot of messages that he feels are so important that someone has to get it out there. That's one thing I respect about his character, and it seems the interviewer is very surprised by his complete honesty. However, that is something he may not realize he has in common with Muslims. Islam fundamentally promotes love, kindness, peace, and tolerance towards people of all religions, but also, while emphasizing those values, the Quran acknowledges the right to self-defense in extreme situations. And it's interesting how Jordan defines tolerance. It is basically about respecting different opinions, even when one is confident in their own. Islam strongly advocates for that kind of tolerance. Islam teaches people to respect other people of all religions, respect their opinions, and let God alone be the ultimate judge. The fundamentals and core values of Islam are very simple: belief in one God, peace, submission to God, kindness, discipline, modesty, and tolerance. It is so vast in knowledge and guides in every aspect of life. And they believe that the Quran is one book that is unchanged since it was revealed to the last prophet. And to quote Akib, I understand many Muslims may lack in practicing Islamic teachings, but we don't feel the need to go finding answers from anywhere else. Talking about the different sects in Islam, as Jordan pointed out in his video,
it is time for those of you in the Muslim world to stop fighting among yourselves, you Shiites and Sunnis.
Again, these aren't part of what Islam teaches. They're just groups some Muslims made up And that goes against what Islam says. A true Muslim just studies the Quran. It is clear. Regarding sects and divisions within Islam, the Quran says, and I quote, "As for those who have divided their religion and broken up into factions, have nothing to do with them, Prophet. Their case rests with God. In time he will tell them about their deeds." Quran 6:159.